How's it going, guys? I'm super excited for this video because this quadcopter is something amazing. This thing is huge. This is a Hercules 500mm quadcopter. Absolutely amazing. I don't need those anymore. Yeah, 500mm, pretty damn big. This is a 250. Yeah, pretty amazing. Now, the best part about this quadcopter, it's utilitarian style, which means you can pretty much do anything you want to it. You can use it for aerial photography. You can even attach a claw at the bottom of it. I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff. I'm super excited for this thing. I mean, this thing is huge. I'm going to be running, now I've got the motors already attached to it. I'm going to end up taking them back off, you know, just to make sure. I kind of just stuck them up there because I was super excited. The motor kit I have that I bought for Emax motors, but man, 10-inch props, absolutely amazing. I can't wait. Alright, so basically I already unboxed it. I'm sorting out the parts. This is step one of the build, where you actually build these arms here that support this aluminum rod here, that obviously support the motors. So basically there's 4 of them. It's going to be 2 of them in each area here, and those little black things actually go in the middle here, little supports here. And this kit is very well laid out and labeled. I love it. Now this is one already put together. You could see it. It's really simple. There's aluminum pieces going in the end right here, and they only go in one way, so if you end up putting them on backwards, you can obviously see it. That's the middle section here. Now this video I'm trying to make as clear as possible, so that way I can go back at it, you know, for reference, or if you're interested in this frame, in this you know, the Hercules frame, you definitely know what you're going after. Those metal standoffs are right here. That's basically what it's what I'm installing now. Now the bolts, there are 3 different types of screws. There's 2.5mm, there's 3mm, and then there's 3 Phillips. Okay, the Phillips actually got me. There's only 3 Phillips, and I'm like, it wasn't super clear in the instructions where those Phillips went until the very last end. This bottom piece right here is where those 3 Phillips pieces went. So screws. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that right now, because it's a gotcha, and it got me. So you can see those little black pieces. There's slots in it. They go right in there. Now a lot of this footage is sped up for time purposes, and the reason why I do my videos like this is because I like going back at it and explaining the gotchas, anything that I found out that would have made it simpler in the beginning. This allows me to do that. So yep, and it just slides on like that, and you put the 2.5mm what was I saying? 2M2 screw. I'm sorry, 2M screw. No, I'm not looking at the instructions at all. Then the 3M are the very long screws. You can see them there in the pack. So the 2M are the short ones. There's little metal pieces going between there with the 2M screw. And then there's long black pieces get sandwiched in between. So it was really easy to do. So I'm super super something. Wow, I'm a weirdo. Okay. Now this this is really funny. This right here that I'm using actually came with a Tierson 620. It's got this here, which actually has the perfect tool for it. So I'm cheating a little bit, and I'm using the tool for a Tierson 620. So here are those aluminum pieces that go in the end. Now again, they only go in one way, so if you end up putting it on backwards or upside down, you can easily fix it. This is where the M3 screw goes. It's really long. Then you use a metal washer, and a metal nut goes in the other end. I love this kit. Very easy, and the possibilities are absolutely endless. Now, I may get up to see if my camera is still recording. In the last recording I tried to do with the Cheerson CX20, it made it to the very end, but it seemed to cut off or stop recording at 12 minutes and some change. So, yeah, this video is going to be a little lengthy. It's a little over 26 minutes long. Now, I could have easily chopped this thing down in 10 minutes, but I wanted to be as detailed as possible when I'm putting this frame together. So there are probably some areas that are a little longer than they should have been, but my apologies for that. But I like to be very thorough and make sure that each step of my build is documented to the T. I had a lot of extra screws left over at the end of this build, by the way, so now I don't know if you're going to be able to catch it in the build. There's 2 screws that go right here. I actually left those 2 screws out for a purpose, for a reason. It's because the power distribution board goes in between here, so I'm going to have to take this top plate off to actually get back in there to put my standoffs. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. But there's actually 2 screws that go in here. Then you've got 4 screws. You got 2 screws here, 2 screws there. This top plate comes off. And that's actually what I'm holding in the video now. Now, I lied in the Cheerson CX20 part 2 video of the last time I was going to use the webcam. Well, I'm using the webcam again in this video. Unfortunately, it is the last one. Now, this is the gotcha right here. I actually ended up putting the Phillip head screws in the standoff right here to here, and there's another one here. It really wasn't super clear. Okay, I'm just an idiot. Yeah, it is clear. M2.5 screw actually goes in here. I'm confusing the hell out of myself, ain't I? So there's an M2 screw. M3 long screw and M2.5 screw. Wow, I'm an idiot. But you're going to be able to see it in the kit. Just pay attention to the instructions, apparently. Don't watch this video, but yeah. Maybe I didn't have to say that. But yeah, these long standoffs are pretty simple to put on, as you can see. Well, maybe I should have closed this window before I started recording. I cut everything off. I cut the ceiling fan off, the fans off, the rain mate. I cut all that shit off, but I left my window open and there's a lot of traffic outside, so yeah, if you can hear that, I apologize. Now, you're not going to utilize all the holes in this kit. Again, you could pretty much do whatever you want with this kit. I mean, you can add, subtract, do whatever you want. I mean, you can, possibilities are endless. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. Search and rescue missions, I don't know. Now, these standoffs right here where I was talking about, fun little fact, those are the ones where I actually didn't put the screws in them, because I'm going to have to end up taking the top plate off anyways, so yeah. But that's a little fun fact. That's what I was just talking about with those 2 screws, because there's another part that goes, never mind, moving on. But yeah, as you can see, if you're going through it, you can actually pause the video and make sure that all your standoffs are right where they're supposed to be. Now, it comes off with the comes with these nylon standoffs here. Those are actually right here. and this is what holds the bottom piece on, which attached to the legs here. So this is actually step 3, where the nylon washers go. See, just like that. See, if you're watching this video, there's no way it can go wrong. What was that? Okay, this was the part that was a little tricky right here. This isn't actually held on by any nuts, bolts, or anything like that. It literally tells you to glue it on in the instruction manual. I didn't show myself gluing it to the quadcopter, but it's pretty simple how it goes on, and it kind of tapers down like a dragon. I mean, this thing looks pretty damn sweet. So you can either you can leave it off if you want to, or put it back on there, but I ended up putting mine on because I think it looks freaking awesome, and I might be able to do something with it. I don't know, but it is a little tricky to hold. And these fiberglass, this is a fiberglass quadcopter, by the way. This is not carbon fiber. This is fiberglass. So it's super strong, even though it's not carbon fiber, and it's really lightweight. Alright guys, what's up? And reason why I say hey guys, what's up is because this is actually a couple of hours later. Had a little issues going on, but there's a side. We are installing these supports, these wings. Not sure what you want to call them. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, no issues. These were very clear in the instructions, so there's no gotchas to pass on to you, but nothing but fun. Nothing but fun. I was trying to figure out where I was going to go with that, so my flow was kind of a little off because this is like 2 hours after the fact. But alright, now with these pieces, there is no one side. I mean, like this piece, you could flip it around so you don't have to worry about whether it's upside down or not. Obviously, if you put it backwards, you'll be able to tell that for obvious reasons. But now these are going to be the M3 screws, the short ones. There's M3 long ones, and there's M3 short ones. So, but these are the M3s. But I mean, you can obviously tell what screws to use because the M3 screws are notably different, are bigger than the other ones. God, that's so obvious. I apologize. Now these supports, or these wings, whatever you want to call them, don't bolt directly to the frame. They're actually sandwiched in between these two pieces here, and man, these are about as sturdy as they can be. They're not going to go anywhere. This is a really nice kit. I'm really glad that this kit turned out this nice compared to this kit. So yeah. Now right there you could see what I was talking about. These screws right here I didn't put on there because I knew this that plate would actually have to end up coming off at some point. Now this is that piece I was talking about before. It could be a little tricky. Now the fiberglass pieces here are definitely thinner than all the other pieces. This piece is actually there for looks. I'm installing it because I think it looks really cool, but you don't actually have to have it on there. It really doesn't, you know, it don't provide anything other than just looks. I guess you can attach stuff to it. I don't know, but I think it looks cool. And you could see where the front of it, where it actually like tapers in to go in a little slot, so you'll have to like hold it with one hand and taper it down and slide it in there. Again, I use super glue. That's pretty much all you need. If you use anything else, you're pretty much that's kind of overkill. You can use hot glue too. That would be really nice. You'd be able to get it right back off if you wanted to for whatever reason, but with it on there, it actually doesn't get in the way of anything. So if you need to take the thing back apart, it's just going to be there. Okay, now on to the motor supports. I guess that's what you call them. It doesn't actually say what it's called, but I just call it the motor supports. Now these are nice aluminum pieces. I think it's a pretty cool color. Very straightforward. It's here in the middle. It's got the 2 holes. Bolts right in there. I apologize if you can hear any background noise. I tried desperately to get this recording done before anybody got home, and of course, if there's a way for something to malfunction here, it's going to happen. I try my best not to use any noise cancellation or anything like that. To get the best recording, you just simply have to have a quiet room, but yeah, sometimes things just don't work out like that. Now what's really cool about this step is the screws, all the parts come in its own separate bag. So when you open up the bag to for these motor supports, everything's in the bag. It's not mixed in with everything else. Really nice. Now the surface I'm actually building this on, fun fact, and kind of a pro tip, when you're dealing with a bunch of screws and a bunch of loose parts, if you use the top of a tote, it has the indentation, it has that beveled edge around it, so it really provides a good area so that way none of your crap will roll around. But I don't actually use that anymore. I actually went with a proper surface because I never really had problems with losing screws, but a couple of things have changed since this video. Using the trusty needle nose pliers. Man, I want so badly to see if that camera is still recording, because this is like the 4th time actually trying to do this last section here. Alright, you put the long screws through the holes, goes through those 2 holes in the motor supports, then you put your washer and the nuts on the other side. So super simple, it's not even funny. Man, I can't tell you how much I love this kit. Such a beautiful thing. Yeah, I know I didn't tighten down the other side. I went ahead and just did the other side. Then I'm going to go back and tighten them all down, just to save you all that comment, you know, because I know there's somebody out there just going to want to spring on that. Oh, he didn't even tighten them down. Well, it's going to happen. Trust me. Told ya. Like a boss. Now, so you know, if your kit looks like this so far, you're doing all the right things. As long as it looks like that, you're golden. Alright, now this part was a little tricky. In the instructions, this part was not very detailed in one of the particular pieces. This is step 6. I haven't really... The last step before this was step 5, if that really matters to you. I know this kit came with instructions, but if you're like me, I actually like to search YouTube videos and see how something's done. Now, this is the part where I screwed up. The kit did not tell me what slot this piece in, this carbon fiber piece on the bottom. Right here in the middle. There's actually 4 layers. This bottom, this piece right here, the main frame piece, and this topper part. But, yeah. It wasn't very clear. So after putting these plastic rods on, they might even be fiberglass, I'm not even sure. I have to, where's that? Yeah, these plastic rods. I actually had to use the tool because you're not going to get that on with your hand if you do your Hercules. But you can see right there, there's a slot in the top where it's supposed to go into. And you're going to know if you had it on wrong, because believe it or not, it actually won't go in there if it's in the wrong slot. And I'm going to figure that out right about now. That's when I'm going to realize that it's too short. It's not long enough. Because it should actually reach. There's actually, earlier in the build, we put these plastic nylon standoffs here. Yep, top slot. And if you look at step 7, if you look very closely in your instructions, you can see it. But and on step 6, it actually did not. You probably can't see that, but step 6, it actually just showed a diagram like that. It didn't really show it, but now you know. Now this is where we're going to use the plastic, or not plastic, nylon, whatever nylon is, nylon Phillips head. Yay, that was easy. Now this bottom part, another gotcha. It might not even be it might not be a gotcha for you, but it kind of was for me. This is where the Phillips head screws go. The Phillips head screws, comes with 3 of them, and only 3, so don't lose any of them. They have a taper in them, and this piece is tapered, so that's where the Phillips head screws go. This is actually the battery mount. The battery mounts right here, so that's pretty cool they thought about that, because the battery needs to sit on a flat surface. That makes total sense, but yeah. Now this piece is adjustable right here. It's actually, you know, so you'll have to keep it loose, then put your screws on it and adjust it and make sure it's straight. Not too particularly sure why they did that right now, but it's like that. You see how it moved around? So just make sure it's straight, then flip it around. Tighten down your screws in the top. Now, over there in the right corner, probably where my base is going to be, that's all the extra screws in the kit. Keep in mind, the only 2 screws I didn't put in this kit were the ones that went up here in the front. That's it, but it comes with a ton of extra screws. Nylon pieces, nylon screws, washers, nuts. Well, maybe not nuts, maybe not washers either. But look at all that. It's like heaven. You can never have enough screws. And there you have it. As long as your kit looks like this, you should be good. and you can do anything you want with this kit. That's the best part about it. I mean, I've got plans. And this is where I actually put the super glue on there. Be very careful. A little goes a long way. So when you go down the seams of it, don't go crazy. If not, you'll get super glue everywhere. And while the super glue is drying, it might have like vapors of white powder and stuff. Wait until the super glue dries all the way before you go messing with it. Don't mess with the super glue until it's dried, because of the vapors. If you go to touch it, it'll leave your fingerprints permanently in it with no way of getting it off. That's it. Alright guys, I really hope you like this video. If you like this video, please like it. If you dislike this video, smash that dislike button. Until tomorrow. You're not going to hurt my feelings not one little bit. If you like my content, you like what I do, please subscribe. These little things kind of help me out. And if you do dislike this video, don't leave me hanging. I would like to know why you dislike this video. Those kind of things like really help me out. If you dislike it, obviously there's something I did that you didn't like. Maybe you just don't like me. Tell me in the comments below. If it's nasty, I'll just delete you. No big deal. Not a problem. Won't hurt my feelings none. 10 out of 10. But thank you for watching.